God can use David as a teenager. God can use Esther as a teenager. God can use Abraham as a seasoned old man.
Mm-hmm.
God can use Josiah to be king at 8 years old.
Mm-hmm.
So are pastors, are leaders willing, when we're preaching and teaching these stories, to really present to our congregations this intergenerational way, without generational boundaries, that God uses people to
Mm-hmm.
advance his kingdom? Also, sometimes we go to the letters of Paul for theological clarity,
Hmm.
for doctrinal statements, and we forget that these were multi-inclusive, Christ-centered communities that Paul was
Hmm.
writing.
Hmm.
That the reason why there was so much false teaching, and there was arguments over food, and there was
Hmm.
arguments over, was one ethnicity of Jewish people being served better than another cultural
Right.
or ethnic specific group of Jewish people.
Yeah.
And it's because these communities that were coming together in the name of Christ were very multicultural and very intergenerational.
Yeah.
And so I think, there were tensions that I think we need to wrestle with as pastors and leaders, and be reminded, or discover for the first time, how inclusivity that centers Christ, that centers the chosen people of God, is such an overarching, unfolding story in the Bible.
Hmm.
Yeah.
Uh,
And we try to make clear, we actually have a chapter called Whose Idea Was This Anyway?
hmm.
So this homogeneous unit principle does not come from Scripture.
Yeah.
But this multi-inclusivity does come from Scripture, Old Testament
Yeah.
and New Testament,
Yeah.
and God's desire.